In this video, we continue exercise 6.5, question number 12. Question number 12. Find the maximum and minimum value of the function x plus sine 2x in the interval 0 to 2 pi. So we have given the function fx equals to x plus sine 2x. We differentiate, so f dash x equals to 1 plus 2 cos 2x, and make f dash x equals to 0. So 1 plus 2 cos 2x equals to 0, and the value of cos 2x comes to be minus 1 by 2. And minus 1 by 2. The value of cos is negative in second quadrant and in third quadrant. So its value is cos 2x equals to cos 2 pi by 3 pi minus pi by 3 in second quadrant, pi minus pi by 3, 2 pi by 3. Then in third quadrant its value is negative, cos 4 pi by 3. How it comes? Pi plus pi by 3, cos 4 pi by 3, then cos 8 pi by 3, cos 8 pi by 3, 8 pi by 3, 2 pi plus pi by 2 pi by 3, and cos 10 pi by 3. All these have the values minus 1 by 2. So we will write in this way: cos 2x equals to minus 1 by 2 is equals to minus 1 by 2. The value of cos 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by 2, cos 4 pi by 3, cos 8 pi by 3, and cos 10 pi by 3. It means the value of 2x comes to be 2 pi by 3, 4 pi by 3, 8 pi by 3, and 10 pi by 3. And the value of x comes to be pi by 3, then 2 pi by 3, then 4 pi by 3, and then 5 pi by 3. So these are the values of x, in which the value of cos 2x is minus 1 by 2, and two more values we have given. So the total values we have 0, pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, 4 pi by 3, 5 pi by 3, and 2 pi. Means in all these values we have to check its maximum value. We have to check its maximum value. So at x equals to 0, at x equals to 0, we find f of 0. Put the value of x equals to 0 in fx. So we get 0 plus sine 0, which is equals to 0. At x equals to pi by 3, the value of f pi by 3, we get pi by 3 plus sine 2x, and the value of 2x is 2 pi by 3. So we get sine 2 pi by 3, sine 2 pi by 3, sine 2x. The value of x is pi by 3, so and sine 2x, so sine 2 pi by 3. And this may be written as pi by 3 plus sine of pi minus pi by 3. Sine 2 pi by 3 is written as sine pi minus pi by 3, which is pi by 3. And sine 180 minus theta in second quadrant, the value of sine is positive. So it gives sine pi by 3, and the value of sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. So next value we get pi by 3 plus root 3 by 2. Now at x equals to 2 pi by 3, at x equals to 2 pi by 3. So f of 2 pi by 3 equals to x means 2 pi by 3 plus sine 2x means sine 4 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 as it is, and sine 4 pi by 3 is written as sine pi plus pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3 plus sine 180 plus theta. This is in third quadrant. In third quadrant sine is negative, so minus sine pi by 3. So it comes 2 pi by 3 minus sine 60 degree root 3 by 2. Third value we get at 2 pi by 3 at x equals to 2 pi by 3. The function value is 2 pi by 3 minus root 3 by 2. Now at 4 pi by 3 at x equals to 4 pi by 3. So f of 4 pi by 3. So x plus sine 2x means 4 pi by 3 plus sine 8 pi by 3. And this is written as 4 pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi plus pi by 3. 2 pi plus pi by 3, 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3. This becomes 8 pi by 3 and 4 pi by 3 and sine 360 plus theta. We get sine theta. So sine 2 pi by 3 and the value of sine 2 pi by 3. The value of sine 2 pi by 3 is plus root 3 by 2. So 4 pi by 3 plus root 3 by 3. Now at x equals to 5 pi by 3. At x equals to 5 pi by 3. So f of 5 pi by 3 equals to 5 pi by 3 plus sine of 2 into 5 pi by 3 means 10 pi by 3, which is again written as 5 pi by 3 plus sine of 2 pi sine of 10 pi by 3. Sine of 10 pi by 3. So 2 pi plus 4 pi by 3. 2 pi plus 4 pi by 3. This becomes 6 pi plus 4 pi, 10 pi by 3 and 5 pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi plus 4 pi by 3, sine 4 pi by 3. So this is 5 pi by 3 and the value of sine 4 pi by 3 we calculated minus root 3 by 2. So this becomes minus root 3 by 2 and at x equals to 2 pi we find f of 2 pi. So this gives 2 pi plus sine of 4 pi and the value of sine 4 is 0. So we get 2 pi. So the maximum value is 2 pi and the minimum value is 0. So the minimum value we got at x equals to 0 and which is equals to 0, and the maximum value obtained at x equals to 2 pi which is 2 pi. So this is the solution. The minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 2 pi. Now the next question, question number 30. Find two numbers. Question number 30. Find two numbers. Find two numbers. Find two numbers whose sum is 24. Whose sum is 24 and whose product is as large as possible. As large as possible. So now what problem has been started, and in what problem there is a fixed method, and that is the double derivatives method. In all these questions we will differentiate. Firstly we determine the function, then we find the first derivatives and then make it equals to 0. We find the value of x, then find double derivatives, then put the value of x in dy by dx or in a single derivatives. If the single derivatives is greater than 0, it means it has minimum value. If it is less than 0, it has maximum value. So we have given that find two numbers whose sum is 24. So let two numbers be x and y. Two numbers supposed to be x and y. It is given that sum is 24. X plus y equals to 24. We eliminate the value of y. So y equals to 24 minus x. And whose product is as large as possible. Let P be the product. So product of two numbers means x into y. Now put the value of y from first. So we get P equals to x into 24 minus x. P equals to 24x minus x square. So we determine the function. This is the function, product of two numbers. P equals to 24x minus x square. Now working step. First we have to differentiate. We have to find dp by dx. Then we have to make it equals to 0. dp by dx equals to 0. Find the value of x. Then find its double derivatives, d2p by dx square. And in double derivatives put the value of x, which we determine. If the double derivatives is less than 0, it means it gives maximum value. And if it is greater than 0, it means it gives minimum value. So differentiate with respect to x. dp by dx 24 minus 2x. In second step we have to make it equals to 0. dp by dx equals to 0. This implies 24 minus 2x equals to 0. 24 minus 2x equals to 0. Then we find the value of x. 24 equals to 2x and x equals to 12. We get the value of x. X equals to 12. Now we have to find its double derivatives. Means d2p by dx square. Double differentiation. d2p by dx square. 24 is a constant term. Its differentiation 0 and differentiation of minus 2x is minus 2. So double differentiation comes to be less than 0. And double derivatives less than 0 indicates that it has maximum. So the product is maximum. It shows that product is maximum. If double derivatives is less than 0, it means product is maximum. And if double derivatives is greater than 0, it means it is minimum. So we have proved that the product of two numbers is maximum. We have to find the two numbers. One number already we got, x equals to 12. For finding the other number, put the value of x in first number equation. From first, y equals to 24 minus 12. So y is also 12. So x equals to 12 and y equals to 12. And these are the two numbers whose sum is 24 and whose product is maximum. There may be so many numbers, but their product not be maximum. Let us suppose two numbers whose sum is 24. You can say 20 and 4, but their product is 80, not maximum. Suppose 13 and 11. Their sum is also 24, but their product is not maximum. Their product is 144 and 13 into 11, this is 143. So 143 is less than 144. So these are the two numbers 12 and 12. X equals to 12, y equals to 12, whose sum is 24 and their product is maximum. Question number 14. Find two positive numbers x and y. Find two positive numbers x and y. We have to find two positive numbers x and y such that x plus y equals to 60. Such that x plus y equals to 60. The sum is 60. And xy cube is maximum. And xy cube is maximum. We have to find two positive numbers x and y such that their sum is 60 and xy cube is maximum. So let this function is given by the name p. P equals to xy cube, and we eliminate the value of y. Also we have given x plus y equals to 60. We eliminate y from this equation. So y equals to 60 minus x. Second number equation. Put the value of y in first. Put the value of y in equation number first. So p equals to x y cube means 60 minus x the whole cube. Now we have to find its derivatives dp by dx. So dp by dx. This will be differentiated on the form u into v. X as it is differentiation of v. 3 into 60 minus x the whole square, and drop the sign cube and the differentiation of the term containing the bracket. So minus x, differentiation of minus x is minus 1 and differentiation of 60 is 0. Now 60 minus x the whole cube as it is and differentiation of x is 1. So we get dp by dx equals to minus of 3x, 60 minus x the whole square plus 60 minus x the whole cube. Now we have to make it equals to 0. We have to make it equals to 0. So dp by dx equals to 0. So minus 3x and 60 minus x the whole square plus 60 minus x the whole cube equals to 0. And we have to find the value of x. So from these two terms, 60 minus x the whole square is common. From here we get 60 minus x, and from this term we get minus of 3x equals to 0. So it means 60 minus x the whole square and 60 minus 4x equals to 0. So when 60 minus x the whole square equals to 0, it means 60 minus x equals to 0 and x equals to 60. When 60 minus 4x equals to 0, then we get 4x equals to 60 and the value of x equals to 15. So the value of x taken to be 15. X equals to 60 is not possible because sum of two numbers is given 60. If one number is 60, then other number will become 0. So x equals to 60 is not possible. So we take x equals to 15. Now we find its double derivatives, d2p by dx square. So d2p by dx square, double derivatives. So both the terms would be differentiated separately. Minus 3 is common, constant term taken outside. This will be differentiated on u into v. So u as it is and differentiation of v, x raised to the power n, 2 into 60 minus x, and remove the square sign, and the differentiation of the term containing the bracket, differentiation of 60 is 0 and differentiation of minus x is minus 1. Then plus 60 minus x the whole square and differentiation of x comes to be 1. Then we differentiate this term, plus 3 into 60 minus x the whole square, and remove the power cube, and differentiation of 60 is 0 and differentiation of minus x is minus 1. Now we solve this. So d2p by dx square, it comes to be minus 3 and minus of 2x, 60 minus x, plus 60 minus x the whole square, and plus minus minus 3 into 60 minus x the whole square. Now we remove the bracket. So minus minus plus 6x and 60 minus x, minus 3 and 60 minus x the whole square, and this is again minus 3 and 60 minus x the whole square. So it becomes 6x, 60 minus x, and minus 6, 60 minus x the whole square. Now taken common, 6 and 60 minus x is common. So we get x minus 60 minus x one times. And the result we get 6 into 60 minus x and x minus 60 plus x. So x in 6 into 60 minus x, and this is 2x minus 60. This is d2p by dx square. Now put the value of x at x equals to 15. Double differentiation d2p by dx square. 6 into 60 minus 15, 45, and 2 into 15, 30. 30 minus 60. This is minus 30. So there is minus sign outside. It means double derivatives is negative. d2p by dx square. This is less than 0. And if double derivatives is less than 0, it means it gives maximum value. So we will write that since d2p by dx square is less than 0, since double derivatives is less than 0, it means xy cube, this implies xy cube is maximum. Now we have to find the value of y. So put the value of x in second number equation. So from equation second, the value of y is 60 minus x, and x we have calculated 50. So y equals to 45. So the two numbers is 45 and 50, which sum is 60, and their product would be maximum. Their product would be maximum, and which sum is 60. 45 plus 50, that is 60. So we will have to find the two numbers, and also we have to find that xy cube is maximum. So in all the questions related to word problem, what we have to do? Firstly, we have to determine the function. The function is given xy cube. So I have taken it as a p. You can suppose it's z, u, v, anything you can suppose. So p equals to xy cube, and one of the equation was also given, x plus y equals to 60. So from that equation, from x plus y equals to 60, we have eliminated the value of y. We have to convert the function. We have to convert the function in one variable, either in terms of y or in terms of x. So we have converted. We have taken the value of y from this equation, y equals to 60 minus x, and then put the value of y in first number equation. So this function has been completely converted in variable x. In one variable we have to convert. Our motto is. Then we have to find its derivatives, dp by dx. Then make it equals to 0. dp by dx equals to 0. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. So it gives two values, x equals to 60 and x equals to 15. But x equals to 60 can't be taken because the sum of two numbers is 60. If one number is 60, then other number will become 0. So this value we can't take. We take x equals to 15. And then we find the double derivatives d2p by dx square, differentiating the term, and in the very last we have to put the value x equals to 15 in the expression. If after placing x equals to 15 in double derivatives, the double derivatives comes to be less than 0. If it is less than 0, it means it gives maximum value. If it is greater than 0, it gives minimum value. So here there is minus sign outside, whole term becomes negative. It means it is less than 0, and we conclude that xy cube is maximum. Then we have to find two numbers, in which one number we have calculated. For finding the other number, we put the value of x equals to 15 in second number equation, and we get the value of y equals to 15. So this is the way to do such type of word problems. And in next video we will see the rest of the questions.